Great and blessed day, everyone. It's your girl Lee Welch, like the juice, your self-esteem queen and best-selling author of Who Says You Can't. That can be found on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com, and be on the lookout for book 2 of 31 Days of Who Says You Can't Isms. So I hope you guys are having a great day. The weather here in Birmingham, Alabama, to me is kind of chilly. Let me see what the current temperature is right now, because I'm chilly. It says that the temperature right now is 60 degrees, so that's about right. Okay, so that explains why I'm actually chilly. So I spoke courageously for the next 100 days with Mary Joy, who's known as the live stream video queen, and I am catching up again. You know what? I kind of like it when I kind of like do them all together for a little while or what have you, because for one, it gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys a little bit longer, opposed to just having one topic, one day, and I'm on here maybe like 1 or 2 minutes or what have you. So I kind of like it when I have to go through all the days. But I honestly, at one point I thought I was caught up, but that's okay. I can get caught up again. So, last time I was with you guys, I was talking about day 62, how I handle stress. So today I am going to be talking topics through 63 through 66, and that should put that should put me on point. Okay, so here we go. So, day 63, if you have a business, what is your goal for the next 5 years, and what do you want to achieve it? Okay, so of course, you guys know that I am an author, and I am also a speaker, and I'm also a teacher. I have online courses that I teach. So, what I like to do for the next 5 years, and the next 5 years from here, definitely be have traveled in different places, because I have been sought out to speak. By that time, I've had, who knows, maybe 10 to 20 books that have been released as well within the next 5 years. I never really chased the millionaire status, but I'm not mad either if I become a millionaire within the next 5 years and have successfully have my product line and still doing my online courses and consulting one-on-one with people. That's just what I want to do, and be able to definitely I will be working for myself and be making my yearly salary in a month's time. So yeah, that's gonna be for day 63. So day 64, what are the things that make you happy and why? Well, that kind of like a no-brainer for me. What makes me happy? I thought I asked. I don't know. I thought I went over this question before, but I don't know. It doesn't hurt to go over it again. So day 64, what makes me happy and why? Well, like I just said, it's a no-brainer. What makes me happy, first and foremost, is my relationship with God, and secondly, my family. Why? Because I love them both. That was a no-brainer. It also makes me happy to do what I'm doing now. I have found a new love becoming an author. It was not my plan to be an author. That is something that God actually gave to me in a dream. And so I finally decided to be obedient with it and write the book, Who Says You Can't. That could be found on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com, and it became the #1 bestseller after 5 hours after it was released on its date. But I enjoy writing. It does make me happy. I can be very creative or what have you. Actually, I think after this book 2, 31 Days of Who Says You Can't Isms, I think I'm going to go on to the fictional side, because I do have some great books that I want to put out as well. So yeah, that makes me happy, just really be in a position to kind of like dictate what I want to do for the day or whatnot, not being dictated to and things of that nature. I just like the freedom. The freedom really makes me happy. But it is what it is. I won't even go into that right now. And so day 65, what is the one thing that is unforgiving in a friendship and why? Hmm. Wow. Let me see here. I know the typical answer would be betrayal, but betrayal in what? You know what? Honestly, I think what will be hard for me to forgive if I had a very, very close friend and that friend tried to tear my family apart or something to that effect. Because here's the thing. I've had many friends and I've had people who I thought were friends that have stabbed me in the back, was two-faced and all that kind of stuff. I pretty much got over that. It wasn't something like, oh, I just can't forgive them or whatever the case may be. I pretty much got over it. Once I got out of my feelings were hurt. And I'm like, how, I get tired of being a friend more so than people being a friend to me or what have you. And that's something I just had to take to God, and ask him to surround me with the right people who will appreciate me as a person and and what I do for them as a friend and not take it for granted. But I think if I had a very, very close friend in my circle and come to find out that they was just trying to undermine me and try to destroy my family, come at my husband, come at my kids or something to that effect, that would be unforgivable. It would take me some time to forgive them and get over it because I want to be forgiven for the things that maybe I have done knowingly and unknowingly and before God. So yeah. So let's go with 66. Now, one thing in the world you can change, and what would it be and why? Okay. One thing I could change in the world, one of the things I would change in the world and why is the president. I'll be very honest with that. Because since he has been in office, he has caused a lot of division between people. That'll be my reason why. I would change the president who we currently have right now. Because he's not about people. He's not for his heart. It's not a servant heart. And he is not for the people. And like I said, it's enough where, when Obama was in the office or what have you, the peak of racism just, what we thought at the time was a peak of racism really came, about, people start showing their true colors, people that you work with and this, and so on and other. And so now, now that you have Trump in the office, he has pretty much just given the ticket for people to, not be respectful because he's not respectful of others. He's just a mean person to me. He has a very mean spirit. And to me, it has nothing to do with, black or white. If you're for the right thing, you're for the right thing. And if you have a subservient heart, you are for the people. And, it says a lot to me for those who actually, voted for him, what that really says about your character. And yeah, because if you're in agreement with him and the things that he has done and what he's currently doing, it's kind of despicable. I mean, really? We're not. Wow. So, yeah, so he has really just, torn the fabric. He really has. And, a lot of people over the years have worked hard to bring in race relations, from different, from different cultures to try to, mend and be tolerant of each other, which really is crazy to me, because I'm like, why should we be tolerant of each other when we the humankind? So therefore, all humankind should just be good to each other, what have you. This thing about racism and being prejudiced or what have you. And you're going to have prejudice, but you shouldn't be prejudiced against another person because of the way they look or what have you. But that's something that has been seated and embedded for many, many years. And, unfortunately, with some generations, they carry the torch and they're very proud of it. But yeah, that would be one of the things that I would change, and I would change the president. Yeah. Yeah, we would definitely have a different president. I don't know how, Hillary would have done, but I don't think that as far as the race relation goes or what have you, I really don't think she would have, really put it, I don't know. I don't think she would have did some of the things that he has done, like, the kids and supporting this and all this kind of underlying unspoken racism and stuff. And so, yeah, that is what I would do. So I think that's pretty much it. I am caught up. Yes. So I am caught up from day 63 through 65. And so, Lord's willing, I will be back on here tomorrow with day 66. Now, for those who are actually tuned in right now from Instagram, if you give me about 5 minutes, I will be back directly on Instagram, sharing my tips, the secrets of having a successful and sexy self-esteem. So you know what I always say, faith cancels out fear and fear cancels out faith. And I want you guys